over the last few years, there's been an increasing growth in the use of email within SMEs. Email is now basically drives everything that they do. Email inboxes, like a big to-do list. So over the last 2 or 3 years, we've been looking at ways to build in email into the actual ERP software itself, because it is a critical foundation of business transactions. Last year, 2009, Google introduced a platform, a product, a service they called Google Wave. They were not first to do this, but the concepts and the demands for it had been building for some time. How to add structure to email. We're not talking IMAP-based servers for large corporates. We're talking POP3 servers for small enterprises. How do you add structure to email? And how do you somehow integrate it with business transactions? When we saw Wave, which was introduced as a conversational type platform, there were a lot of parallels with work that we'd already been doing. And we thought this is good because somebody large, like Google, credibility in the market, is starting to define what the next stage of software development would actually look like. As I say, they were not the first. Other companies have released, or in preview, or will release shortly, their own business platforms of this nature. Collaboration is the real buzzword. SAP, Novell, IBM, Salesforce.com. Collaboration's not an easy word for an SME. So Wave, we really like as a word to replace email, short, sharp, easy to understand. So we've been working for 15 years on ERP-based systems. When Google put out their white papers and their specifications, we started work on rebuilding all of our 600,000 lines of ERP Java onto a Wave-based approach. That is what iotaWave is. So today I'd like to run through a few screens to give you an idea and a flavour of where we're coming from, what is there now, and where we're going with it. So this is an overview of what iotaWave is and where we are at the moment. I'd like to explain to you some of the concepts behind it and show you something on the screen. Not to worry if you cannot read the details on the screen. Detailed screenshots, screencasts will come later. This is iotaWave.org. iotaWave.org is a live iotaWave site running on our software. The first thing I'll do is to actually sign on to the system and show you a couple of concepts as to what the Wave system actually is. You'll notice when I sign on, the styling changes to a darker styling. This is particularly done because it's camera friendly. This is a Wave we see on the screen here. This is actually also the home page of iotaWave.org. This is a Wave which we have marked as a public Wave. Hence it shows up on the menus on the left here. We have a series of waves which we flagged as public waves. Any wave can be edited or set as being viewable by certain users or be made public. When I sign on to the system, we have an authentication system at the back. We have a lot of access rights. Every single user has a very wide range of access rights to all the business operations that go on behind the scenes, to actual wave access, who can view waves, who can edit waves, for example. So we have a basic wave-based system. I could click here to reply to the wave. On the top we see the participants of the wave. I can start a new wave by clicking on a button at the top. This is all designed to be very user-friendly and very simple to understand. We've built into the system a document library. We've built in gadget support. For example, here's a YouTube gadget built in using the Open Social interface. So gadgets work. the most powerful gadget
Since I started the iotaWave project,
is YouTube. You'll see scrolling on the top of the screen here what we call notifications. These are actually incoming emails. Our Wave server incorporates an SMTP mail server. This is live now. All of our email comes into our iotaWave server, one server running out there on the web. This is browser accessed from my desktop here. These are notifications of incoming emails. It is absolutely vital that if real-time communication systems, wave-based systems, are going to be taken up by the business market, that they are built on top of email. If you do not incorporate email, you will fail. I can look at the incoming email in a mail to wave option. Here we see that I have live in one of my accounts a series of emails which are displayed to me here. I can select the emails, I can view the emails, and I can decide if I actually want to take these emails and include them into the wave-based database itself. HTML emails are supported, as of course are plain text emails. Were I to take an email, a particularly boring small email here, I can either delete it or I can save this one as a wave and put it straight into the wave database. There, we now have that email stored as a wave. From here, I can go into the editor. I could edit this email, add more text to the email, do whatever editing I like. I could send it back. I could reply effectively to the person that sent me this email from the wave. There is no separate email client here, Thunderbird or Outlook. I have a WYSIWYG editor here. I can play around with font sizes, colors, backgrounds, whatever you could expect in an editor. Now, as with Google Wave, this is real-time editing. If you were sat on another terminal, another machine, looking at this wave at the same time as me, as I typed a character, you would see that character change on your browser at the same time. That is the real-time collaboration aspect. I can enhance a wave, I can insert a new wave, a new so-called blip after this one. I can create links, link to other waves, link to external URLs. I can do anything that you would expect to do in a WYSIWYG editor. I can link in gadgets. I can link in documents from the document library, which can be uploaded separately. If an email comes in with an attachment, the attachments are automatically unattached and put into the document library, one central storage for the whole company. The system supports profiles for each individual user and access rights from that point. And here's the really clever bit. If you're a Google Wave user at the moment and you're concerned what's going to happen when Google Wave is shut down in the relatively near future, here I can establish a connection with the Google Wave server. I can list my waves on googlewave.com, wave.google.com. These are my waves. These are all the waves of which I'm a participant in my inbox on Google Wave. It shows the titles, the dates, the first lines, and all the participants of those waves. I can select one of these waves. iotaWave server will talk to the Google Wave server, pull out the wave. Not pretty, but this is a preview. If I want that wave, I could convert this Google Wave from the Google Wave servers straight across into the iotaWave server itself. and there we have the same wave pulled across, and the data comes across here. So we've pulled our data from Google Wave across into the iotaWave server. iotaWave, therefore, is a complete upgrade path for googlewave.com. So what we have here is a browser-based system. This is iotaWave version 0.16478. This is the 6,000th build of this software. We've been working on it for the last 9 months. This is version 0.1. We will have a first public release, a 0.2 release targeted by the end of 2010. The software, components of the software are already in beta on our sites and actually on customer sites. Originally we intended to federate with Google Wave, but now it looks like we'll have to replace Google Wave. iotaWave on the server is a multi-threaded Java-based application built upon a MySQL database. It is a very simple software stack to install. The easiest place to install it is on an out-of-the-box Ubuntu installation. MySQL is already there, Java is already there. With the iotaWave server, that is all you need. iotaWave has a built-in SMTP server. All data comes in on port 25. Federation between iotaWave servers also takes place over port 25, so our federation protocol is a relatively straightforward one. Building upon email. Conceptually, absolutely critical, and literally extending an SMTP server to allow us to pull, as you've seen, emails directly in. The notifications up here are showing me my incoming emails as we speak. And as you've seen, those emails can be taken and loaded straight into the Wave database at the back. From a business point of view, this means these incoming mails can be categorized based upon the senders, cross-related to customer and supplier databases, cross-related by their titles and document references within the titles, and included directly into structured centralized waves. One more thing. We target the business market. This is level 1, what we call level 1, conversational waves. This enhances and replaces email, which in itself is a huge step forwards for SMEs who are inundated with emails, completely inundated. But we also include the business functionality. Level 2, sales transactions, quotation, sales orders. Level 3, purchasing transactions, purchases, goods received notes. Level 4, accounting. We have a built-in general ledger, trial balance, balance sheet, P&L. Level 5, inventory, stock control, stock checks, picking lists, goods received notes. Level 6, catalog management. And level 7, network management, where we provide the integration, the facilities to manage definitions of NX-based servers using thin client technology. The most important aspect for us at this time is that we have integration to googlewave.com, so we can pull users across from Google Wave into iotaWave. iotaWave is open source. iotaWave.org will be the complete open source solution. iotaWave.com is gearing up to become a software as a service, cloud computing if you will, platform to support users that do not want to host their own servers, in particular users who are currently running out of time on Google Wave but still want that technology. We are very keen to talk to anyone, particularly in the business arena, who can see the power of Wave.